Dale Carnegie, a visionary speaker and consultant, wrote How to Win Friends and Influence People to transform the way people interact. His ideas have inspired millions and continue to change lives. The book, originally published in 1936, combines practical advice with real-life stories to make each concept accessible and engaging. This introduction promises a journey into the techniques that can make you more persuasive and likable. In this summary, we will explore the key principles that have propelled famous figures to success, from the simple act of smiling to the powerful impact of genuine praise. Each lesson builds on a foundation of understanding human nature. Carnegie's work is not just about tactics. It is a guide to improving relationships and creating positive change in everyday interactions. As you listen, you will discover why criticism only pushes people away and how appreciation and respect can forge deeper connections. The book is filled with anecdotes that illustrate how small changes in behavior can yield significant results. Every principle is supported by examples that make the advice concrete and easy to implement in your own life. Are you ready to change the way you interact with others? This journey into Carnegie's timeless strategies will equip you with the tools to influence, inspire, and build lasting relationships. Let us begin with a strong hook that sets the stage for a deeper understanding of human behavior and the art of winning friends. One of the first principles Carnegie emphasizes is to avoid criticizing others. Instead of condemning mistakes, the book shows that understanding and support lead to lasting improvements. The story of Bob Hoover, the airplane test pilot, is a perfect example. When faced with a critical error that could have cost lives, Hoover chose not to criticize the mechanic. His calm response demonstrated trust and encouraged the mechanic to learn from his mistake. This lesson reveals that criticism often provokes defensiveness and resentment rather than change. People are driven by emotion, and harsh words only create barriers in communication. Instead of attacking someone for a mistake, a gentle approach can nurture growth and build confidence. The narrative makes it clear that positive reinforcement works far better than negative feedback. Carnegie compares this idea to the principles discovered by psychologist B.F. Skinner, who showed that rewards are more effective than punishment. The approach is both humane and practical, showing that kindness and patience can lead to better outcomes. It invites us to rethink our instinct to correct others with criticism. Do you believe that a simple act of understanding can transform difficult situations? The lesson challenges us to embrace empathy and to replace criticism with encouragement, ensuring that every interaction is a chance to build trust and mutual respect. Another powerful message from Carnegie is to show appreciation and make others feel important. Human beings naturally crave recognition and respect, and simple gestures of genuine appreciation can transform relationships. The book explains that even a small compliment, like saying thank you or a sincere acknowledgement of someone's effort, can uplift spirits and build trust. This principle has helped many succeed in both personal and professional lives. The narrative emphasizes that flattery must be honest and well-intentioned. People quickly see through insincere praise, so it is important to focus on the good qualities of others. The advice encourages us to look beyond our own needs and to celebrate the strengths of those around us. By doing so, we not only improve our interactions, but also contribute positively to the lives of others. Real-life examples, such as a postal worker whose day was brightened by a thoughtful remark, illustrate how small acts of appreciation can spark significant changes. The technique is as simple as recognizing that every person has something unique to offer. It is a reminder that true influence comes from making others feel seen and valued. Can you imagine the impact of a sincere compliment on a tired day? This principle challenges us to spread genuine appreciation wherever we go, turning everyday moments into opportunities for positive reinforcement. A simple smile is one of the most powerful tools to create a positive first impression. Carnegie recounts the story of William B. Steinhardt, a stockbroker who transformed his reputation by committing to smile at everyone he encountered. His experiment led to more happiness and better business results, proving that a smile is not only welcoming, but also contagious. The text explains that when you smile, you signal friendliness and openness, which naturally draws people towards you. A smile can disarm tense situations and create a sense of warmth and familiarity in any environment. This fundamental human gesture helps break down social barriers and invites positive interactions. Carnegie's advice is rooted in the idea that emotional well-being is closely linked to simple actions. Smiling can change the tone of an entire day and even lift your own mood. The story of Steinhardt serves as an inspiring example of how a conscious decision to smile can lead to better personal and professional relationships. Have you ever noticed how a smile can brighten someone's day? This section motivates you to embrace the power of a smile as an effortless way to connect with others and enhance the quality of your interactions. The sound of one's own name is the sweetest to the ear. And Carnegie explains how remembering and using someone's name builds a foundation of trust and respect. The book shares the story of Jim Farley, a man who mastered the art of remembering thousands of names, and Theodore Roosevelt, who made it a point to greet each person personally. Their efforts show that a name is not just a word, but a key to forging a personal connection. By making the extra effort to remember names, you signal to others that they are valued and important. This simple act goes a long way in establishing rapport. Carnegie suggests practical techniques such as repeating the name during conversation and writing it down later to ensure that the effort is effective. These steps are simple yet profound in their impact. The narrative also highlights that using names in conversation creates a friendly atmosphere where people feel seen and appreciated. This approach not only enhances communication, but also encourages mutual respect. In everyday interactions, addressing someone by their name can change the dynamics of the conversation, making it more personal and engaging. Does using someone's name make you feel more connected? This section invites you to adopt this practice and experience the positive influence it can have on your relationships. Listening carefully and showing genuine interest in others is another cornerstone of Carnegie's advice. The book recounts an encounter at a dinner party where the author listened intently to a botanist, making the conversation memorable. This skill of active listening is essential because people are naturally drawn to those who show interest in their lives and experiences. The narrative emphasizes that being a good listener is not just about staying silent. It is about engaging with curiosity and asking meaningful questions. This approach encourages people to open up and share their thoughts, which builds a strong foundation for any relationship. Listening allows you to understand what truly matters to others, making conversations more fruitful and enjoyable. Real-life examples, such as Freud's ability to listen and encourage others to share their feelings, underline the value of this technique. Carnegie suggests that by dedicating your attention to the other person, you show respect and foster a sense of connection. This simple act can lead to deeper and more rewarding interactions in both personal and professional settings. Have you ever felt truly heard in a conversation? This section challenges you to practice active listening, transforming each interaction into an opportunity for genuine connection and mutual growth. Thinking about what others want and discussing topics that are important to them is a critical element of winning friends. Carnegie explains that conversations become more engaging when they revolve around the interests of the other person. The book shares examples such as negotiating hotel prices and preparing for meetings by learning about others' interests before a conversation begins. This approach ensures that you address what truly matters to your audience. When you focus on the needs and interests of others, you create a positive and constructive atmosphere. This principle is rooted in empathy and understanding, as it shifts the conversation away from your own agenda. Carnegie stresses that by aligning your discussion with what the other person values, you can inspire cooperation and build trust. Practical advice in the book encourages asking questions and showing curiosity about the other person's passions. This strategy not only makes the conversation more interesting, but also helps in finding common ground. By doing so, you invite others to open up and engage more deeply, setting the stage for meaningful dialogue and collaboration. Do you consider what matters most to others when you converse? This section motivates you to shift your focus from yourself to the interests of those around you, transforming everyday interactions into opportunities for mutual benefit. Carnegie warns that arguments are rarely won, and that confronting others directly with claims of being wrong only breeds resentment. The book illustrates this with stories of individuals who learned that heated debates often lead to entrenched positions. Instead of engaging in conflict, it is far more productive to steer clear of arguments and to seek understanding. The advice is to avoid telling others they are wrong, as this attack on their self-esteem only invites defensiveness. The narrative explains that even if you feel strongly about an issue, starting with a friendly tone is more effective. By acknowledging your own potential mistakes, you create a space for open dialogue. Carnegie suggests that a softer approach, which involves gentle questions and humility, can help diffuse tension and encourage cooperation rather than confrontation. The final lesson in Carnegie's guide is to admit your mistakes and to begin every corrective conversation with praise and a friendly approach. The book recounts the story of the author walking his dog and promptly admitting his error when confronted by a police officer. This admission diffused tension and turned a potential conflict into an opportunity for understanding. Carnegie teaches that acknowledging your own faults not only disarms criticism, but also paves the way for genuine forgiveness. Starting a conversation with praise sets a positive tone and encourages the other person to be receptive to change. The advice is to use encouragement continuously, just as a barber prepares the skin before a shave. This technique helps people feel valued and makes it easier for them to accept constructive feedback. Carnegie's examples, including political figures and successful business negotiations, show that a friendly approach leads to lasting improvements. By openly admitting mistakes, you build credibility and trust. The narrative underscores that the goal is not to win an argument, but to cultivate relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. The key takeaways from the book are to smile, listen, remember names, show genuine appreciation, and use praise to inspire change. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to build connections that enrich both your personal and professional life. Will you embrace these timeless principles and transform your interactions? Let these lessons guide you towards a future filled with trust, respect, and genuine influence, creating a legacy of kindness and success. Follow and subscribe to SlashLore for more inspiring book summaries.